keep going up and not just go up, but stay at the very top. We are your favorite radio station, Splash 105.5 FM.
Then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up. Then it's up.
105.5 The Splash.
Splash FM 105.5.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Good afternoon. The time is 1 o'clock from Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. First, the news headlines. Federal government promises to strengthen security at correctional centers. Chief Justice of Nigeria pleads with Jusun to call off strike. On the foreign scene, United States rules out COVID-19 vaccination passports. And in sports, Liverpool duo Trent Alexander-Arnold and Naby Keita are subjected to racist abuse online. Those are the headlines. Now the news in detail. Now, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has assured that the federal government would strengthen security at correctional centers across the country. Professor Osinbajo gave the assurance while addressing newsmen at the Owerri Custodial Center, Imo, after inspecting the facility to ascertain the extent of damage by hoodlums who attacked the center on Monday, April 5th, 2021. The vice president, who condemned the attacks on the correctional center and police headquarters in Owerri, said that the security architecture of the country would be rejigged. He further assured that all those responsible for the attacks would be uncovered and made to face the full wrath of the law.
It's very evident that this is not just an attack. When you attack institutions of law and order and law enforcement, it's evident that it's not an attack on just those institutions. It's an attack on the welfare and the well-being of the people, especially when you free prisoners and persons who may be dangerous to the community, dangerous to the people. When such a thing happens, it's an attack on the people themselves, which is why this is particularly atrocious and condemnable.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Interior, Mr. Rauf Aregbesola, assured fugitives who escaped from the custodial center in Owerri, the Imo capital, of amnesty if they willfully return. The minister said that unlawful escape from custody was a crime, but assured that willful returnees will be exempted from trial for unlawful escape, but not for the actual crimes for which they were initially convicted.
From the preliminary report on the attacks, it is the worst of such ever witnessed in living memory. Unprovoked attacks on the institutions of state, especially the law enforcement institution, is nothing short of a declaration of war on the Nigerian state and our people. I am appealing to all escaped inmates to voluntarily return to custody. Those who heed this call will be given amnesty.
President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Deputy Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, as Acting Inspector General of Police. The Minister of Police Affairs, Magari Dingyadi, confirmed the development when he addressed State House correspondents in Abuja. He said that the appointment was with immediate effect. Buhari had on February 4th extended the tenure of Mohammed Adamu as the Inspector General of Police for 3 months. Adamu spent 2 months and 3 days during the extended period.
The tenure of the IGP Mohammed Adamu, which ended on 1st February 2021, was extended by Mr. President to enable a detailed process of appointing a new IG in line with Section 15A of the 1999 Constitution. After a thorough check of a short list of suitably qualified police officers from the rank of DIGs and AIGs who are eligible for appointment as IGP in line with Section 7, subsection 2 of the Nigeria Police Act 2020, and having regard to seniority, professionalism, record of service, and competence, Mr. President has approved the appointment of an acting IGP in the person of Usman Al-Ali Baba, PSC, FDC, with immediate effect. These changes are in line with the determination of Mr. President to rejig the security architecture of the country to ensure that security of challenges bedeviling the nation are brought to an end. Mr. President has therefore charged the new appointee to rise to the challenge to ensure policing reform policy of this administration are fully prioritized and implemented.
The Presidential Task Force, PTF, on COVID-19 will now operate as the Presidential Steering Committee, PSC, on COVID-19. President Muhammadu Buhari gave the approval for the transition of the PTF to PSC with effect from April 1st and would function up till December 31st, 2021. Mr. Boss Mustafa revealed at a press briefing in Abuja. Mustafa, who is the PTF chairman and secretary to the government of the Federation, explained that the PSC would operate with a modified mandate to reflect the non-emergent status of the COVID-19 pandemic. The SGF also announced that Nigeria is taking delivery of additional 100,000 doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine from the government of India. According to him, this donation of the latest batch of vaccine doses would boost the number of Nigerians to be vaccinated by about 50,000.
I informed you at the beginning of my remarks that the PTF had submitted its report to Mr. President, preparatory to the expiration of the 3-month mandate extension granted to the PTF. Mr. President has considered the report and has approved the following. 1, that the PTF would transition to a Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 effective from 1st April 2021 with a modified mandate to reflect the non-emergent status of COVID-19 as a potentially long-term pandemic. That the tenure of the Presidential Steering Committee shall last till December 31st, 2021. The Presidential Steering Committee would maintain the present constitution, functions and strategies of the PTF, be supported by a slim technical and administrative structure. The current National Incidents Manager, Dr. Mukhtar Mohammed, shall formally take over from the National Coordinator, Dr. Sania Liu, and function as the head technical secretariat and member of the PSC. I'll take this opportunity to thank our friends from the Indian High Commission for this generous donation. 100,000 doses of vaccines is not a small quantity. As a matter of fact, this is what a lot of African countries got through the distribution of the COVAX facility.
The federal government has promised to address issues that led to the ongoing industrial action by the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP. The Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, who gave the promise at a meeting with ASUP executives in Abuja, however, said that some of the issues had been resolved. Adamu said one of the issues was the approval of the constitution of governing councils for polytechnics by President Muhammadu Buhari, which he said would be inaugurated soon. The president of ASUP, Mr. Anderson Ezebe, explained that the union declared the strike over the sorry state of public polytechnics, monotechnic, and the general decay in the subsector. Ezebe expressed displeasure that the federal government had not responded to a series of letters written to it over the matter since the expiration of the union's ultimatum issued in March 2020. He said that ASUP embarked on the strike over the non-release of the 10 months arrears of minimum wage owed members in federal polytechnics and non-implementation of same in several state-owned institutions.
The strike has not been suspended. The strike just started. And the strike just started. It's just a few hours old. And what happened here today is the commencement of a process of resolution of the issues. And so until the issues are resolved to the satisfaction of the members of our union as represented by the National Executive Council of the Union, we cannot be talking about suspension of a strike.
The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Tanko Mohammed, has pleaded with the members of the Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, to call off their ongoing strike in the interest of the nation. The appeal is contained in a statement issued by Mr. Ahuraka Isa, the CJN Special Assistant on Media and Publicity Strategy. The CJN made the call when he met with some national and local officials of JUSUN at his chambers to explore solutions and ways to mitigate the impact of the strike. Mohammed asked JUSUN to call up the strike as the process of making the state government to obey Order 10 and various court judgments on the autonomy of the judiciary is being implemented. The National Treasurer of JUSUN, Mr. Jimoh Musa, who led the delegation on behalf of the JUSUN President Marwan Adamu, said that out of the 19 members of the National Executive Council, only 3 were present. He said their President Musa had an accident on his way to attend the meeting with the CJN. Musa, however, agreed to table the CJN's fatherly advice before JUSUN's NEC meeting and consequently get back to his lordship. It's still the 1 p.m. news on Splash 105.5 FM. Still to come, United States rules out COVID-19 vaccination passports. And in sports, Liverpool duo Trent Alexander-Arnold and the navigator suggested to racist abuse online. We'll take a break now. We'll come back and we'll bring you more stories, so please stay with us.
ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó gbámúṣé pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n àkọ́ni tó tẹ̀wọ̀n àti ohun èlò amẹ́kọ̀ọ́yéni tó sunwọ̀n tí akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fi lóye kíkún nímọ̀ tó wọ̀yàmì APES tutorial classes lónìí yẹn gbogbo akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ṣetán láti gba ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó yanrantí tẹ́sí ṣàṣeyege nínú ìdánwò post UTME WAEC NECO àti SSCE ẹ̀mọ́ náà wé ìdààmú sọ́pọ̀lọ́ APES tutorial classes kájú ẹ̀ àwọn olùkọ́ wọn dángájá bẹ́ẹ̀ láyìíká wọn dáa fàgbọ́yé ẹ̀kọ́ owó morning and evening classes wọn ògún pa ẹ̀yin òbí àtàlágbàtọ́ ẹ̀ wá forúkọ ọmọ yín lẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fún morning and evening classes fún UTME, Post UTME, SSCE, WAEC àti NECO ní APES tutorial classes tó wà lágbègbè yín lẹ́bàá mobile petrol station UI, Limi Building Challenge, Ọláwọlé Shopping Complex Mọ́nàtán, Awólọ́wọ̀ Junction Bódìjà, Olùsọ̀tẹ̀ Bookshop Òkè Bọ́là 08106156116 tàbí 00508549922. Mr. APES ní kẹ́ máa fọwọ́ yín láti dènà àrùn COVID-19.
Iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná a máa fúnni ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ a sì máa mú ìdẹ̀rùn wá láti wá dènà ìjàmbá iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná ojúlówó wáyà tàbí kébù ló yẹ ká fi fa iná nínú ilé lọ́fíìsì àti nínú ìlú Purchem wires and cables ní àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ mọ̀nàmọ́ná àti àwọn agbaṣẹ́ṣe yàn láàyò ojúlówó ni kì í bó lára kò kì í jóná àbáàjì kì í kán sínú ó sì fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀ ìdí nìyí tí Standard Organization of Nigeria fi fòǹtẹ̀tẹ̀ tí Nigeria Electrical Contractors náà fi dìbò fún bí copper cable ṣe wà ní aluminium cable ń bẹ nípele lówó tí kò gún pa Purchem wires and cables tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Kaman ló ṣe ojúlówó wires and cable jáde olú iléeṣẹ́ Purchem wires and cables limited wà ní Afrins compound Fort Gate number 122/132 Oṣòdì Apapa expressway ìyànà ìsọlọ bus stop Lagos ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní 080-803-03257 Purchem wires and cables ìrọ̀rùn fi iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná.
Do you know you can study in Hungary and Cyprus with ease?
Yes, the representative of Istvan University in Hungary and European University of Levsk in North Cyprus are at your beck and call here in Ibadan, Nigeria.
These schools are in partnership with the Edu Consort of Ruscon Travels and Tours Limited, and over the years, several students have gained admission and visa to study and get their degree by leveraging on this partnership. Ruscon Travels and Tours Limited is your link to study in Istvan University in Hungary and North Cyprus European University of Levsk.
2 world-class universities with campuses located in a serene and friendly environment. You pay 0 deposit and service charge until your visa is secured. For more inquiries, call 0816-932-9152. Again, 0816-932-9152.
Our office is at number 53 MKO Abiola Way, Ajegbe Bus Stop, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. On Facebook and Instagram at Ruscon Travels NG. Ruscon Travels and Tours. All right, let's go to Hungary and Cyprus for qualitative education.
welcome back. You're still listening to the news on Splash 105.5 FM. Now turning to the foreign scene. White House has ruled out introducing mandatory federal COVID-19 vaccination passports, saying citizens' privacy and rights should be protected. Schemes to introduce such passports have been touted around the world as a way to enable safe circulation of people while fighting the pandemic. But critics say such documents could be discriminatory. The U.S. said it did not and would not support a system that requires Americans to carry a credential. Addressing reporters, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said there will be no federal vaccination database or a federal mandate requiring. Two doormen have been fired after they allegedly failed to intervene as an Asian American woman was being attacked in New York. The 65-year-old woman was admitted to hospital after she was punched and kicked repeatedly last month. CCTV video from the attack appeared to show staff at the Manhattan building watching without intervening. The Brodsky organization owners of the building said the men assisted the woman after the attacker left. The incident comes amid a rise in anti-Asian crimes in the wake of the pandemic, including a deadly attack in Atlanta in which 3 women of Asian descent were among the 8 dead. A suspect in the New York assault, Brandon Elliott, has been charged with 2 counts of assault as a hate crime and 1 count of attempted assault as a hate crime. Dozens of people have been killed during several days of clashes on the border between Ethiopia's Afar and Somali regions. Homes have been set on fire in villages on contested land. Each regional estate in Ethiopia has its own police force, and officials in Afar accused the Somali special forces of killing 30 people on Saturday. The authorities in the Somali region say at least 25 livestock farmers were killed by gunmen who came from over the state border in Afar. It is not yet clear how many people were killed in the latest revenge attack, which took place earlier on Tuesday. And finally, in sports, Liverpool pair Trent Alexander-Arnold and Naby Keita have been subjected to racist abuse on social media platform Instagram. The abuse sent to Keita was in the form of monkey emojis and posted in response to a picture published prior to Liverpool's Champions League defeat at Real Madrid, while monkey emojis were sent to Alexander-Arnold on a picture he posted on Easter Sunday. Facebook, which owns Instagram, said it is investigating the issue. On Tuesday, Brentford striker Ivan Toney was subjected to similar racist abuse on Instagram, the second time the player has received such comments. The 25-year-old highlighted a private message sent to him after Brentford's goalless draw with Birmingham on Tuesday night. Now, West Ham will do whatever it takes to try and sign Jesse Lingard from Manchester United permanently this summer. Lingard moved to West Ham in January on loan until the end of the season, and the clubs do not have an option to buy. But the club has been delighted with Lingard's performances and want to sign him permanently. Lingard has scored 6 goals in 8 league games to help West Ham into 4th place in the Premier League. Just before we go, a recap of the headlines. Federal government has promised to strengthen security at correctional centers. Chief Justice of Nigeria has pleaded with Jusen to call off strike. United States has ruled out COVID-19 vaccination passports. And in sports, Liverpool duo Trent Alexander-Arnold and Naby Keita subjected to racist abuse online. For more details on the news, visit our website on www.splashfm1055.com. Now, you can download the Splash FM mobile app on iOS, BlackBerry World and Google Play Store to listen live, get news update, opinion poll, and also report an event live to us through the iReport feature. To download, simply go to any of the stores mentioned and search for Splash FM 105.5, then click to download. We have now come to the end of the news on Splash 105.5 FM, the integrity station and the best radio station in the southwest of the country. The news editor is Tunde Olawu, assisted by Abidemi Kajobola. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.
Here is
105.